All right. As we all know, there is a situation in which migrants are being deported out of sanctuary cities. As I said before, the sanctuary cities were poorly planned, designed, and led by the Democrats. Okay. There was never a plan. There was never a plan to take care of the people. There was never a real political strategy. All it was feel good points to make people feel better about themselves over Trump during his first term and then during the 4 years of the Biden Harris administration. And the migrant city or the migrant shelter plan, design, infrastructure, it was non-existent. When me and my colleague Daniel did question about the migrant situation or the migrant shelters, we were easily dismissed by the activist groups and the organizers, saying, no, we didn't know any better, but the whole thing blew up. Now, in February, myself, Heartlands Media, Do Dissidents, INN, the Jimmy Dore Show, we all covered the incident in February, in which, especially most notably in Chicago, where you had Tom Homan and Dr. Phil round up illegal immigrants who had a criminal background. Dr. Phil most notably saying, "How do you know me?" What was the aftermath of it, especially with migrants also being sent to the prison in the prisons in El Salvador? The vote blew no matter who crowd. The Democrats. There's never a moment where they don't shite the bed. Now, this video I'm going to play here, it is riddled with hypocrisy because I could see conservatives and then liberals going back and forth with a video of immigrant, real American. This is how you get this. This is going to be, this is the, I'm sorry, because in many ways people say, well, kid, if you showed this video, you're helping perpetuate this. No, I'm saying we stop this. We nip it in the bud. Remember the first segment about Jordan Peterson talking about SJWs and cancel culture and gatekeepers on the right? It exists on the left. This is why I say we got to break away from the Democrat and Republican mindset, because this is how people get trapped. This is going to be 1 minute and 9 seconds of cringe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is not going to help out anything, but if I don't give this warning out now, yes, and I'm prepared to see people say to me, Kit, my brain melted. He might look familiar. He was one of those white guys for Kamala. Already you know that it's not good. Believe you me, not good.
Okay, here we go, Kevin. Immigrant or real American? If you get enough right, you have a prize to take home to Alex. Here we go. Immigrant or real American? And away we go. Mila Kunis.
Immigrant.
Yes, correct. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Real American.
Yes, correct. Pierce Brosnan.
Immigrant.
Yes, correct. Charles Manson.
A real American.
Yes, correct. Salma Hayek.
Immigrant.
Yes, correct. Gloria Estefan.
Immigrant.
Yes, correct. Ted Bundy.
Real American.
Yes, correct. Charlize Theron.
Immigrant.
Yes, correct. Antonio Banderas.
Immigrant.
Yes, correct. The Unabomber.
Real American.
Yes, correct. Craig Ferguson.
He's an immigrant.
Yes, he is. Lee Harvey Oswald.
Real American.
Yes, correct. The Boston Strangler.
Oh, God, real American.
Yes, correct. Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer.
He's an immigrant.
Yes, he is. Timothy McVeigh.
Real American.
Yes, he is. Natalie Portman.
She's an immigrant.
Yes, she is. Jackie Chan.
Immigrant.
Yes, correct. Casey Anthony.
She's a real American.
Yes, she is. Carlos Santana.
He's an immigrant.
Yes, correct. Albert Einstein.
He is an immigrant.
Yes, he was. O.J. Simpson.
Real American.
Yes, correct. Did he win? Yes, you win.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to sit through that. And no, I don't hate you. It's just, if I had to sit through it, so do you. So already, hashtag Kit, you're canceled. So did you notice the pattern there? And I say this as someone who's progressive, on the left, but I'm politically homeless. I have no home in the Democrat Party, and I don't want to be there with those people. Okay. For a lot of the activists and gatekeepers, the social justice warriors, the vote blue, no matter who people, I don't have a home with you either. Okay. I'm politically homeless. But the pattern was, okay, you had some people of influence, actors, actresses, celebrities, scientists, who, yes, immigrants. But guess what? They also live in the USA. So that means I would say that those immigrants, those people you mentioned, are also Americans because, they decided to become U.S. citizens. And then the real Americans, hey, everyone, America's filled with mad dog killer types. Well, gee, you know what? If not to be evil here, folks, But if a conservative wanted to do something too, they could bring examples of immigrants who've committed crimes and then have their own examples of real Americans. Why would you call them real Americans, these murderers? I think a lot of people would say that, hey, they're scumbags or criminals who done horrific things. They're people that should be never mentioned. I would say a lot of those. So I think all those celebrities, calling them immigrants, okay, but they're natural. They went through the citizenship test, so they're real Americans. That's pretty smug of anyone trying to do the differentiation between immigrants and real Americans, because those immigrants that were mentioned went through the citizenship test and became U.S. citizens. So the debate is over. Yes, immigrants. Okay, fine. But U.S. citizens pass the test. Check mark. So I would say real Americans. I am disgusted and once again furious at seeing what's being laid out here. The talking point about who is right, who is wrong. And when it comes down to celebrities too, not all of them are saints. Not all of them are angels. But I think in this day and age where people are so triggered by Trump and his administration's policies, I would say, hey, vote blue no matter who. Where were you when all this stuff was happening under Biden? The kids were still in cages under Biden's administration. The kids in cages started under the Obama-Biden administration before even Trump took office. So when Trump got in, hey, it was like that when he got there. Who built it? Andrew said, did Billy start his apology tour yet? No. Okay. So again, this is how we get divided. This is how social media divides us. This is how talking points get created. And I'm already seeing how it's going to be playing out in 2026 and in 2028. And I want to be wrong. I want you, my audience, to say, hey, kid, remember your worst case scenario and it never played out? And I'll be like, you know what? I am so glad that never happened. Oh, that's like dodging a big bullet. I'm only just saying I see the groundwork. All I could hope for is an earthquake for it to suck it all up and go bye-bye. We got to be better than this, folks. We have to be.